You scumbag. You just walked out with all this. Hey! You're not walking off with that. Get the You're not walking away with it, Dink. You are taking nothing, asshole. You are taking nothing. Get the out of here.
I'm going.
You ain't taking nothing. Drop it, you piece of shit. You fucking thief. The rest of us pay the shit that we pay because of you, you scumbag. Come on. What the?
Neighborhood Watch apparently was out in Vermont. They took upon themselves to attack, assault, and stop this thief here from running out of a Home Depot with all that power equipment. Let's go to some DS really fast because police charged Timothy Shaw, the guy who was stealing there. He's 42 years old of Rutland, Vermont, with grand larceny after that November 26th incident. According to a Vermont State Police spokesperson, Shaw, who appears to have been assaulted in the video, declined to press charges. I wonder why, because he had like $1,000, $1,500 worth of equipment in that basket there, obviously stealing. He declined to do that obviously because he was going through all that. He was arrested after the Home Depot incident and is now being held without bail on numerous charges stemming from a November 22nd incident. Yeah, different from that November 26th one, in which he allegedly pulled a knife on employees while trying to steal from a tractor supply in Rutland. It's according to an affidavit written by Ted Washburn, who's a deputy police chief. So this guy continues to try and steal. This particular time, these neighborhood watch guys came up, assaulted him because that's what we see the cops do, and ended the whole thing. I see how that whole thing works, but there's a little bit more though, because they had the police had this whole interaction about this because they know the guy. And they've had to deal with this over and over and over again. Here's what the police response was. Shaw, who has 5 previous felony convictions as well as 22 misdemeanors, is well known to Rutland Town Police. So too is this Home Depot video. They know all about this guy. Where Shaw got the S kicked out of him by would-be contractors, is what Ed Dumas, the Rutland Town Police chief, said when asked about that whole incident there. So they know about it. I guess they don't really care that much. I mean, the guy keeps stealing. Maybe if the legislator, this is what the cops continue to say, maybe if the legislator would let us change the bail laws back, so when that guy steals from 3 different businesses in one day, we could put him in jail. That wouldn't happen. We do not like arresting the same people 4 times in one day for the same crime. Which I understand that frustration, Jordan. I get it. And I think maybe some of these bail laws change because of the extreme amount of time people spend in prison or just in jail between the time they're arrested to the time they actually get to their speedy and fair trials that never are speedy and sometimes are fair. Chase Capitano, who's 28 years old, he allegedly got into a tussle with an officer monitoring the demonstration. He was monitoring, you guys, the demonstration that was held on Saturday at the Stavros Niarchos Foundation Library, and was arrested a day later by the New York Police Department. Police said that Mr. Capitano was visiting the library, but was not there for the drag event when he abruptly got into the confrontation with these protesters. Now, Mr. Catapano, excuse me, I'm screwing up this man's name, has suffered from bipolar disorder since he was a child. That's according to his father. So despite all this stuff, and despite them then showing up and I guess galvanizing the protesters' flank in their line against folks that are there to read and maybe hear some story time. Instead, these showed up and arrested this guy for being upset at them. This is the scene there. I'm an off-duty cop, how dare you touch me? Well, what are these guys doing? What are they there to do? We saw just a couple weeks ago in Ohio what these guys are there to do. And I guess the only difference is the ones in Ohio were carrying long rifles like this. Remember this? Watch.
Well, hey, look, we don't have any problem with you guys being out here. Just make sure that you're practicing, safe firearms. Everybody's got their muzzle down. I'm happy to see that. I don't have any issues with that. The big issue that we want to make sure is that, we're allowing the flow of traffic. And then if there are any pedestrians that are coming through, that we're, facilitating them getting through.